Cynthia tried to pretend nothing had changed. But something had. After meeting James that day, she became more aware of herself. She moved differently. She started lying to Jennifer and the other girls. She also avoided certain places in daylight but felt bored at night. She told herself it was nothing, it was just a random encounter, he's just another student. She tried her best to shake off the thought of James. But the next lecture, she noticed him again. Sitting few seats away. Focused. Writing slowly. Not distracted. She caught herself watching him instead of the board. That troubled her. She went back to her room that evening and counted the money in her purse. It was more than she used to have. Enough for food. Enough for printing. Enough to breathe. Seeing this reminded her of how far she had come. But it didn't feel like relief anymore. It felt like weight. Jennifer noticed the change first. "You've been quiet," she said one evening while fixing her wig in the mirror. "What's wrong?" "Nothing," Cynthia replied. Jennifer laughed. "That's what people say when something is wrong." She leaned closer. "Don't tell me you're catching feelings for one campus boy." Cynthia didn't answer. Jennifer's smile faded. "Listen to me. Boys like that don't solve problems. They add new ones." Cynthia nodded, even though she wasn't sure she agreed. That weekend, they went out again. The same club as usual. There were always new faces that came with new opportunities for them. This time, Cynthia didn't stay seated for long. A man came up to her immediately they landed. They spoke for a while. He asked about her studies, then he slipped his card across the table. "You deserve comfort," he said. "University is hard." She agreed to follow him upstairs. Afterward, she sat alone in the bathroom, staring at her reflection. Her lipstick was slightly smudged. Her eyes looked far away. She washed her hands over and over. The next day on campus, James greeted her warmly. "Have you started the assignment?" he asked one afternoon. She shook her head. "I'm forming a study group," he said. "You should join." She almost said no. "Almost." "The study group meets twice a week," he said. "We're not much, and the guys there don't play." For the first time in months, Cynthia felt like herself again. The version that wanted something clean. Something earned. James noticed she was sharp. Quick with numbers. Focused. "You're wasting your talent hiding," he said once. She smiled but didn't reply. The double life became harder to balance. At night, she dressed up and left campus quietly. During the day, she sat in class pretending to be normal. She started missing lectures. Then tests. One morning, she woke up late. She didn't have time for makeup, she didn't eat anything, she just rushed out like that. She felt exhausted throughout the day. James saw her crying outside the faculty building. "What's wrong?" he asked. She wanted to tell him everything, but she didn't. "It's stress," she said. He nodded. "If you ever need help, just ask." Those words stayed with her. Jennifer, on the other hand, was growing bolder. "We need to upgrade," she said. "These men are getting used to us." Cynthia felt something break inside her. "This is not what I wanted," she said quietly. Jennifer looked at her like she was joking. "What did you think this was?" That night, Cynthia didn't go out. She stayed in her room, staring at the ceiling, listening to her roommate snore. She thought about her mother's hands. Her father's tired smile. She cried silently. The next week, everything came crashing down. A man started calling her non-stop. Another showed up near campus. Someone saw her. Rumors started spreading around campus. James heard them. He didn't ask anything at first. Then one day, he did. I heard some things, he said carefully. I don't know if they're true. Cynthia couldn't look at him. Silence answered for her. He didn't shout at her nor did he judge her. He just said, "You don't look like someone who wants that life." That hurt more than anger would have. She finally spoke. I didn't plan this, she said. I just wanted to survive. James nodded slowly. There are other ways. She laughed bitterly. Easy to say. I know, he replied. But I'm not saying it without meaning it. He gave her a hug and a peck on the cheek, then he walked away. That was the moment the door opened. Not fully. Just enough to see another path.